Welcome students, welcome to the session of heat treatment of steels. Up till now we have discussed about iron carbon diagram. Now we'll be continuing with our heat treatment of steels. So what we'll be discussing in heat treatment? First we'll be discussing about the transformation products of austenite, because in iron carbon diagram we have discussed only pearlite transformation of austenite from austenitic temperature to the room temperature. Now other temperatures are also there based on the different cooling rates. Next we'll be discussing with TTT diagram. After that we'll be discussing continuous cooling transformation, and then we'll be discussing with the basic heat treatment processes and then surface heat treatment processes. So in heat treatment process, cooling occurs by non-equilibrium, that is every time cooling process will not be in the equilibrium conditions. So that's why it is the need to study the various transformation products of austenite, that is below 727 degrees Celsius austenite is highly unstable. So its transform products depends on various cooling rates and different temperatures. So what are these transformation products depending on the cooling rates and the temperatures? So these are as follows. First one is Pearlite, which is at normal cooling conditions. Second one will get as Bainite, which is the intermittent type of cooling. And third one will be discussing about the faster cooling rate, that is martensite product, which is obtained at cooling at faster rate. So these are the basic terms on which the properties of steels will depend, and the microstructure of every steel will vary based on this products. So first type of product is transformation of austenite to pearlite. Now what exactly is pearlite? First we'll try to understand this. So pearlite is nothing but one type of a phase, that is which consists of alpha ferrite as discussed in iron carbon diagram, and in combination with that it is the gray color indicates the cementite. So how this transformation, actually the microstructure is shown over here. Actual microstructure of this, it is nothing but a lamellar type of microstructure, that is a line type of patterns are observed in which alternate lines indicates alpha ferrite and cementite. How these are obtained? Initially what will be having the boundary line of a austenite grain. Suppose this is an austenite grain, so there is a boundary line of austenite grain. As the temperature reduces, as the austenite cools from 727 degrees Celsius and below that, so usually what happens when austenite, that is gamma, tries to convert into alpha ferrite and in combination with that into cementite. So initially what will happen, a gray plate will form. Directly all these patterns will not get. Initially there will be solidification of this gray plate which indicates cementite, Fe3C. So due to that what will happen, there will be segregation of all the carbide components over the elements over there, and there will be deficiency of, or there will be maximum ferrite near in the nearby areas of this cementite plate. So due to that what will happen, maximum ferrite will start to deposit besides one single cementite plate. So we'll get alpha ferrite plate. So when this deposition of alpha ferrite will start, that time what will happen, there will be again the deficiency of alpha ferrite and maximum cementite will be present besides the grain boundaries. So due to that again there will be formation of a gray, or that is cementite plate, and this process will continue and will get alternate lamellas of alpha ferrite and cementite, and this will continue in every type of grain. That is, number of grains will be present over here for austenite, and all these grains will try to convert unless and until temperature is reduced to room temperature. So normal product, that is normal cooling product of an austenite will be pearlite as shown over here. So total grain will look like this when observed under microscope. Same thing is mentioned over here, that is pearlite forms formation starts by nucleation of cementite plate at the grain boundary. One important point we have to remember, pearlite formation always starts with the cementite plate initially, and then besides age-wise growth of alpha ferrite will take place and will get a lamellar crystal structure. Or we can say that it is a colony. Now, second product of austenite is bainite. So when we'll get bainite? Initially, bainite is classified into two parts. First one is upper bainite and third one is lower bainite. Upper bainite has a needle type of a crystal structure, whereas lower bainite has a acicular type of a crystal structure. Now, how this transformation will start? When austenite is cooled below 550 degrees Celsius, that is the transformation product of austenite below 550 degrees Celsius is not in lamellar crystal structure, but as I told you is in different morphology, that is this one, needles or a flex type we can say. So this different morphology under 550 degrees Celsius is nothing but bainite. It is extremely fine mixture of ferrite and cementite. Similar type of, if you go in detail in magnification of bainite crystal structure, same plates are there of cementite and alpha ferrite, only the formation of bainite will start with the ferrite plate. In case of pearlite, initially cementite plate was formed, but in case of bainite what we'll get is initially alpha will deposit, and then besides that we'll get acicular structure of cementite. Same thing, that is it is formed by a mechanism from that of pearlite. Then the bainite formed at the higher temperature is called as upper bainite, which has a feathery appearance, that is this one, and lower bainite has acicular type of microstructure. The hardness of upper bainite is nearby 40 to 50 rc, and that of lower bainite is 50 to 60 rc. Third type of product of austenite is martensite, which is the most hardest microstructure or the phase of all these three products of austenite. That is, the microstructure looks like a needle crystal structure, that is, which indicates the harder product of austenite. This black part indicates the cementite. So martensite is a supersaturated solid solution of carbon in a BCC ion having BCT, that is body central tetragonal type of crystal structure is observed for martensite, and the austenite to martensite transformation is diffusionless. So when cooling starts initially with a faster rate, so when cooling is taking place with faster cooling rate, that time what will happen, after a sudden temperature the process of transformation is time independent, that is it is diffusionless. So though whatever time it requires, it will convert into martensite or into harder phase, and involves no change in composition. It depends only on the temperature and cannot be suppressed by rapid cooling. Martensite crystal as a whole is very badly distorted, and slip propagation within this distorted structure is very difficult. That is, distorted crystal structure provides martensite a very hard, strong and brittle properties.